All right, you guys, these are the four representations of the piles. We have group number 1 with the butterfly, group number 2 with the white flower, group number 3 with the little bird, and group number 4 with the balloons. Unfortunately, I am out of town right now and I am unable to get to my decks, so these are going to be representing the 4 piles. If you need a moment to meditate on which of these little images is calling your name, you are free to pause the video and meditate on that now. And if you want to pick more than one, you're always welcome to do so.
Hello, group number 1. Welcome to your guys' reading. If you are looking for a personal reading, I do have those in my description box if they are out of stock, which they very well may be. Please do just message me on Etsy and I will let you know a time in which I will be able to perform the personal reading for you. Also give me some grace in regards to responding back. I am pretty backed up in regards to my personal readings and then other things that are going on in my life, so I will eventually get back to you. Anyways, let's go ahead and start with the shuffle, you guys. I am skipping the dice on purpose today. I want to focus on the zodiac signs that show up in the cards. So, can I please predictions for group 1 in regards to their love life? Predictions for group 1 in regards to their love life. Okay. So what I'm seeing for you guys, group number 1, is a manifestation coming forth, okay? Like you bringing about the progress that you're seeing in your love life. The first card we have is the Magician, okay? And the Magician card, you guys, especially when we're talking about love and relationships, this is truly here to highlight the fact that you guys are in control of your love life. You guys hold the key to your destiny when it comes to your love life. This is really talking about and telling us that what it is that is about to take place is 100% due to your thoughts, your actions, the things that you have done in order to bring yourself to where you are. Now, before I move forward, I want you guys to remember what I said in the beginning. There is nuance to every conversation. If you are in a relationship and your partner is cheating on you or treating you awful, hurting you or whatever, like, obviously, I'm not saying that that is your fault. Like, duh, who would say that? Who would think that? That is disgusting. So that's not what I'm saying. This is more so representing, right? Our thoughts, our actions, what it is we choose to do in our day-to-day is being reflected onto our love life, right? So if we are staying in a situation that we know is not favorable for us in regards to our love life, we are then seeing that come into play. That is not a bad thing, you guys. That's not necessarily a good thing either. It's very neutral. Your actions are going to be highlighted in your love life. That is what this card is saying, okay? Your actions and your thoughts. We also have this 3 of Swords. Now, for a lot of you, this is representing past heartbreak. This is representing heartbreak that has already passed, heartbreak that has already taken place, okay? Some of you are working through this. Some of you are really trying to self-examine and evaluate and understand how this past heartbreak, what it is you can take from it and learn from it and move forward. Others of you, especially those of you who are currently in toxic situations, this could be you finally realizing that it's time to cut loose that toxic person or that toxic relationship. We do have strength here as well. So this is representing physical strength. I'm sorry, not physical strength, emotional strength. So for this to show up after the 3 of Swords, this is a really good sign to me that you guys are exhibiting a lot of strength in regards to that heartbreak. For those of you who are single, the way I'm seeing this, it's very much the energy of, like, again, your actions are showing up in your love life. For those of you who are single and you're doing absolutely literally nothing about it, you're just sitting back and like, oh, that's fine, but you are going to see that play out in your love life. You are going to see a lack of action in your love life if you are not taking action in your love life. And I know people get mad because they're like, I want to be pursued. I want to be chased. I get it. I hear you. You have to go outside, okay? You have to go outside. And if you don't want to go outside, then you need to put yourself on an app, or you need to put yourself out there in a way where people can find you. I know it would be so romantic, you guys, for Prince Charming to show up at our door and be like, I'm here for you. I felt your heartstring tugging on me and I just found you by accident or by a miracle. Like, I know we want that. I know we just want to run our grocery carts into him at the grocery store, but that's just like, you know, So again, if you're single, I'm seeing this very much as like you are seeing your actions play out in your love life. I also feel like if you're single, you may be still dealing with heartbreak from the past and trying to work through that, or trying to put yourself in the healthiest mindset possible for a potential future relationship. We also have this overflow of emotion, okay? So for all of you, in a relationship, single, looking, whatever it is, I see this as you guys entering into this stage where it's like, I've done the work, I've done the healing, I've really evaluated like my past relationships, the trauma, the hurt, the pain. I feel like I'm in a better place and I'm strong enough to experience intense emotions again. I'm strong enough to connect to someone on that deep, intimate level. And that's truly what I believe this Ace of Cups is talking about. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles, and this is repetition. This is learning a lesson over a period of time and over a period of trials and like failure, right? So trying something out and then failing at it and then having to go back and figure out like, how do I fix this? For those of you in a relationship, this is like having arguments over and over and over again and trying to find a solution, or coming up against obstacles in the relationship and trying to work together to find a solution. It may take a while, but you guys will eventually get there. For those of you who are single, you're tired of dating. You're tired of like going on these dates or talking to someone for 3 months or talking to someone for 6 months and then being like, the results are the same. So for those of you who are experiencing failure and want failure in your love life, I want to encourage you to do something different. I'm going like this because like, there's really no such thing as failure in your love life, right? Like, I think everything in life is truly just a lesson. That's my own opinion. You can disagree, that's fine. But I see this as you guys needing to incorporate or introduce something new, something different into your love life, okay? So let's go ahead and move forward. Where do we want to go? We'll go here. Can I get a message for group 1 about what's to come in their love life? Karmic lessons. I know some of you are tired of karmic lessons. I don't think that this is necessarily representing you're experiencing a new karmic lesson. I think it's again representing something that you've been doing repeatedly. This doesn't need to be traumatic, guys. It could be an argument with your partner. It could be going again on dates or getting into situationships where you're just like, I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of dating someone for 6 months and then like things just turn into nothing. What can you guys do to incorporate a different pattern of behavior when it comes to your love life or when it comes to your relationship with your partner? Breaking the cycle is important to render new results, okay? We have an ex is involved. Here's what I have to say about this. If this is the case, that's disgusting. There should never ever be a situation unless there are children involved with the ex. There should never be a situation where your ex needs to be in where your partner or someone you are talking to is still involved with their ex. If you're okay with that, that's fine. However, I think the vast majority of people are not okay with that, and you shouldn't be okay with that. Yeah. End it there. I genuinely believe that if somebody is still in contact with their ex or somebody is still stuck on a past relationship, they are wasting your time. They are not worth another moment of your energy. And again, unless they share children together. And then it's like, okay, or unless you just don't care. But again, the vast majority of people are not going to be okay with that. And I think you have every right to not be okay with that. We have spontaneous energy here, okay? So this is telling me that your love life would benefit from you incorporating more spontaneous energy, more fun, more play. Again, doing something to break up the mundane or doing something to break up the cycle that you guys are currently in. Now, if everything is great in your relationship and you're like, Cenus, I'm so happy. We've healed our problems. We're super strong right now. We have this overflow of emotion. Great. Incorporate more fun into your relationship. Incorporate more spontaneous energy. And again, for those of you where you're not in a great place in your relationship, or you're single and you're like, I'm looking for a relationship, or I feel like I keep hitting a wall when it comes to love, I want to encourage you guys to do something different to break up the cycle, okay? Okay. Can I get a message? We have trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. Okay, so I think the biggest thing with this card, you guys, is having trust in yourself. There are many humans in the world who are deceitful and who you cannot trust. And I don't want to encourage anybody to just follow love blindly or to follow a man blindly or a woman blindly. But I really do want to encourage you guys to trust yourself, trust your intuition, trust what you are energetically picking up when it comes to your relationship with your partner or when it comes to the people that you are engaging with. Also, I want to say this, if somebody is showing you through their actions that they do not care or that they are not willing to step up and like commit or step up and put the effort that you need for a relationship, if they're showing you with their actions that you are not a priority, believe them. Don't wait for their words to catch up to their actions, okay? We also have love yourself first. It says your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. This is the case whether you're in a relationship and happy, whether you're in a relationship and miserable, or whether you're single. Loving yourself is always going to be an attractive quality, you guys. Why? Because when you don't take care of yourself, when you don't love yourself, people are like, why? You treat yourself like garbage, I could treat you like garbage. And this is why I always preach that self-love is so important, because the way you treat yourself is the standard. If you treat yourself like a freaking goddess or a king or whatever, your partner or the person that's coming into your life and romantically pursuing you is going to have to meet that standard, or you're going to be grossed out by them. You're going to be like, you're gross. Like, you're treating me like trash. That's nasty. That's gross. You're repulsive. So I just want to make it clear, you guys, I'm not ever preaching self-love to be like, be alone. You deserve to be alone. But I'm saying it because you deserve to be in a relationship with somebody who treats you the way that you deserve to be treated and not somebody who treats you like garbage. So, all right, let's go ahead and see what else we got. For the vast majority of you, I do believe that you're single, and I do believe that you guys have worked through a lot of your like karmic patterns or karmic lessons. And I think right now you guys are in a stage of really just needing to break up the current energy and to incorporate a new habit, a new hobby, a new way of pursuing love, or perhaps even expanding the way that you are pursuing or the way that you are attracting certain people. If you're someone who's like, oh, I only want to date someone with blonde hair and blue eyes, like maybe, I don't know, maybe give the brunettes a chance, okay? Or if you're someone who only dates brunettes, maybe give the blonde, maybe give the redheads a chance, maybe give the whatever, like break up the pattern that is taking place in your love life. It's going to be a different pattern for all of you, but I think that pattern needs to be broken up in order to experience more flow in regards to your love life. Can I please get Uki? We have finality. This is farewells, leaving behind, and closure. So I think for some of you, you are leaving behind, right? This past heartbreak. You're leaving behind the past arguments or the disagreements that you had in your relationship, the hurt that has taken place in your relationship. You're choosing to leave that behind. For those of you who are single, this has to do with an ex, or this has to do with past experiences in regards to your romantic life. It's like, I'm done with that. I'm done focusing on that. I'm done putting energy towards that. Like, I'm leaving that part of me and my life behind. We're moving forward. We have confessions as well. This is unveiling, coming clean, and messages. For those of you in a relationship, this could be representing transparency between you and your partner coming to you and expressing perhaps something that they've needed to get off their chest for a while. I think the best way to handle this, you guys, is just to listen and provide a space that is safe for them to be honest. Respect yourself still and your boundaries and what you believe is and isn't okay, and move forward the way that you see appropriate, but don't ever discourage somebody from being honest with you. Also, for those of you who are single, this is very possible that there's somebody who's coming forward and like confessing feelings for you. Maybe this is encouragement for some of you to go forward and express your feelings towards somebody. I oftentimes feel like people do that, right? Like they have a crush on someone, and especially women do this. And I love you girlies, but like we are guilty of this. We have a crush on somebody or we have feelings for somebody and we try to play like coy, and I understand why. I get it. I hear you. I see you. I do it too. But I just don't think that is like giving us the best results. I don't think that is bringing us to a place in which we feel empowered or bringing us to a place in which we feel like we have clarity on a situation. We have memories here as well. This is reminiscing, dwelling, and bittersweet. For those of you who are saying goodbye to a person in your life romantically, it could be a bittersweet situation where it's like, I'm saying goodbye because I realize that this is no longer serving me, and that is the pattern that I have to break up, is like letting this person go. I don't think that's going to be the case for all of you. I don't think all of you are letting somebody go. I think that this is a select few of you where you're pushing someone aside because you're like, okay, this is a pattern and we can't break it, so it's time for us to move forward or move on. Okay, let's see what else we can get. Can I please get some predictions for group 1 in regards to their love life? One more. Okay. We have reparenting yourself. This could be representing therapy, you guys, okay? Reparenting yourself is just, it's just that. It's reparenting yourself. It's going back and healing certain parts of yourself that needs to be healed, or going back and revisiting certain wounds that need to be mended, okay? We have sacred woman here. I really truly believe that this is a message of self-love. And again, whether you're in a relationship, you can do both, guys. Like, you can love yourself and work on yourself and pour into yourself and still be on the hunt for love. You don't need to do one or the other, but it's important that I think that the focus for you guys is pouring into yourself. That's what this feels like. And identifying the patterns in your love life that are making you unhappy, or things you want to improve on, or things you want to change. I think that is truly what's going to bring you guys the most happiness. Okay, we have some adultality, okay? So with this, guys, truly, I think that this is representing, like, it's okay for you to enjoy yourself. It's okay for you to experience pleasure. For some of you, there is this idea that, like, love is painful, and that is not true. That is not the case. I want to encourage you guys to explore yourself in this intimate manner. And I say yourself because I literally mean, like, yourself, like by yourself, alone, with nobody else around. Okay. I want to encourage you guys to do more of this. I think that this is a form of self-love, and partaking in that alone time is a form of self-love, and I want to encourage you guys to do more of that. Okay. We'll do this here. Final messages. Okay, that's a lot. We will take it. We have destiny and divine time. Lovely, amazing. We have separation, surrender into your heart and divine source, where there is no separation. The highest levels of love always serve and are without conditions. Sacred adultality. This connection has potential for sacred tantric alchemy. So some of you guys could be reconnecting with your partner in this intimate manner and improving perhaps things that have been broken for a while, or things that haven't been as passionate for a while. We could be seeing improvements in that sector of your relationship. And again, for those of you who are single, please indulge yourself in yourself. The last card we have here, you guys, and this is really like the prediction for your love life. Like, this card right here is going to wrap up the reading, because this is 100% like what the message is. Take a chance. You won't grow in your comfort zone. Stepping into the unknown is trusting the universe. Go for it. So again, group number 1, you have to break up the pattern, okay? If you are unhappy right now, you have to break up the pattern. If you're happy and things are great and things are amazing, perfect, love that for you, mwah, 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 mwah. We're so happy for you. If you are unhappy, and unhappiness does not mean miserable, unhappiness does not mean sad. Unhappiness could just mean, I really wish that my partner would spend more time with me, or I really wish that they would communicate to me in a more gentle manner, or I really wish that I could find a partner that I feel safe with, or that makes me feel this way or that way, or that treats me right. Break up the gosh dang pattern, you guys. I'm not here to tell you how to do that. This is your life. You are the person who has to dig deep and figure that out. But I'm here to let you guys know that in order to see improvements in your love life for all of you, the pattern needs to be broken up. We have to do something different, okay? So that is what I have for you, group number 1. Thank you so very much for allowing me to read for you. I'm wishing you the best of luck on this healing journey. For those of you who've already gone through it, I'm very proud of you. And for the rest of you, break up the pattern. Thank you. I love you. And that's all I got. So bye. Hello, group number 2. Welcome to your guys' reading. Let's go ahead and start with our shuffle. Can I please get predictions for group number 2? Ooh, okay. Okay, you guys, this seems like a spicy message. If I'm being completely honest, if you are under the age of 18, I would really appreciate it if you would just leave this reading because this seems spicy. So we have the devil here as our first card. This is representing toxicity. This is representing intensity, lustful energy as well. If I'm being completely transparent, based on the other cards that have shown up here, it does seem to me that the message seems heavily based on physicality and lust. Oh, I feel like I'm about to sneeze. So if you guys are in a relationship, I think this is a really good sign that your relationship is going to be experiencing more physical intimacy, or perhaps not more, maybe it's just better or more intense or more enjoyable physical intimacy. For others of you, this is representing feeling deeply attached to your partner. Now, can this get toxic, guys? 100%, right? I think that it's different for everybody depending on the kind of person that you are and the kind of person that your partner is. But overall, like, this is just representing a really, really intense connection, feeling tied to the person you are with, or feeling tied to the person that you are seeing. Now, if you're single, you guys, this could be representing exploring your physicality, perhaps having some lustful relationships. Maybe you're even in a situation where you're talking to someone or you're getting to know someone, but you guys aren't official and you feel very attached to them already. That's the only situation, you guys, that I would advise against in regards to fully throwing yourself into that, just because I don't think it's ever good to get attached to anybody, but I really don't think it's good to get attached to somebody who is not committed to you fully 100%. So if you're single and you're talking to someone and you feel yourself getting addicted to them, my advice to you would be to have a really difficult conversation and be like, look, are we something or are we not? If not, get the heck out of my life. We have the Chariot here. So again, you guys, this is playing a role in why I feel like this message is based in physicality. The Chariot is representing non-stop. You can't be stopped. Can't stop, won't stop. That's the Chariot. And it's just, with it coming out next to the Devil, it's just giving me very much like all night long we are enjoying each other and can't stop, won't stop. That's what it's feeling like. However, this could also be talking about you guys overcoming the toxicity in the relationship, or perhaps working through your attachment styles. Maybe you and your partner have different attachment styles and you guys are like working through that. Maybe you are single and again, you're talking to someone and you guys have different attachment styles, and that's something that you guys are trying to work through. Overall, the Chariot is just representing overcoming difficulty and having a lot of willpower. Now, if you're single and you're not talking to anybody and you're like, Cenus, I'm single, like really single, this is telling me that there is an energy of like, you need to keep going. Like, you don't give up on love. I always say this, like, the only people who lose are the people who give up. You cannot lose if you don't give up. There is somebody out there, and I know this sounds so annoying, you guys, and I would love to give examples, but I feel like if I give certain examples, I'm gonna sound like a freaking see you next Tuesday, and I'm just not trying to do that. So there are many examples out there, though, you guys, of people who you wouldn't think that they're in a relationship, or you wouldn't think that they're married, or that somebody would have a desire to marry them, but you know, there is truly somebody for everybody. So if you are feeling hopeless, if you are feeling sad, please perhaps just take a little Google search on like people who are unattractive, who are married, okay? And again, I know that sounds mean, you guys, and I don't think that we should be putting people down based on their looks. Like, that's not something that I think is productive at all. But if you feel unattractive, or if you feel like, oh, I'm not where I want to be in life, I promise you that is not going to stop the right person from wanting to pursue you. That's not going to stop the right person from wanting to put a ring on it, okay? Understand that it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what you're doing in your life right now. You are deserving of love, period, point blank. If the people that are showing up in my mind are deserving of love, you are deserving of love. And I know that factually. Anyways, moving forward, we have the Knight of Wands, and this is another reason why I feel like for the people who picked this pile, you guys are the lust is oozing, okay? If you're not relating to that energy, please dismiss yourself, because this is just feeling like a very lusty pile. The Knight of Wands is representing passion and going after what you are passionate about. However, again, if you're in a relationship, I'm just seeing this as stamina in the passionate realm of your relationship. I'm seeing this as like going after what you want, getting very touchy-feely. If there are wands involved or a wand involved, putting that wand to good use. Like, it just feels very passionate. For those of you who are single, it's possible that there's somebody who's charging into your life who is bringing about a lot of this like lustful energy I'm talking about, you guys. It's very possible that there's somebody who is invoking this energy of physicality. And I'm someone who personally believes that like we are supposed to express ourselves in that manner. I think it's healthy. I think it's good for us. So I think that you guys are getting a little extra dose of that, or a healthier dose of that, or a more exciting dose of that. We also have the World here, and this is talking about wrapping up cycles. So you guys are closing out cycles or chapters in your love life, and I think that this is actually a really positive thing. It feels to me that whether you're in a relationship or single, that you guys are closing a door on your love life that is representing like a lack of color, and you guys are opening a new door, and it's like the Wizard of Oz. You guys, I'm sure all of you or most of you have watched the Wizard of Oz, where it goes from the like black and white screen or like the sepia screen, and then Dorothy goes through the little tornado, blah 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 blah, do 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 do. We are in Oz, and then she opens the door and everything's in color, and it's like, oh, amazing, beautiful, lovely. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like is happening in your love life. And I don't know what is propelling this energy forward. I don't know if some of you are getting engaged and this is like reigniting the passion in your relationship. Maybe some of you are finding out you're pregnant and this is reigniting the passion in your relationship. Maybe some of you guys are meeting someone new and that is like infusing you and the new connection with passion. Others of you, you're very possibly closing a door on somebody who is just a little dishwater-esque, okay? A little dull, a little lacking color, lacking spice, lacking flavor. All of that. And we're opening the door to something that is a lot brighter. We also have the Nine of Pentacles, and this is representing essentially viewing our love life and the things that are taking place in our love life as valuable. Okay, so overall, group number 2, I feel like there's a lot of positivity taking place in your love life. I feel like there's a lot of progression happening in your love life, and especially for those of you who are in a relationship or who are currently excited about somebody new, I see a lot of passion, a lot of passion. A discovery period. Maybe you guys are trying out new things. Maybe you guys are getting a little freaky. Maybe you guys are introducing toys. Maybe you guys are introducing, I don't want to turn this into an adult reading completely. Discovery period. You can put the pieces together. Okay. Love it the most. For those of you who are single, it's also very possible that you are going through a discovery period in the lustful manner. It's also possible that you were just going through a discovery period in regards to looking at yourself and asking yourself, like, what is it that I truly want? I think over the years, and especially as relationships evolve, you get a better understanding of who it is that you are and what you want in a relationship. And anytime I get into a relationship, I learn so much about myself, and moving on to the next relationship, I feel like I'm better equipped to sort out the kind of person that I want versus the kind of person I don't want. Can I please learn through this? Again, this is very possible. This is representing more intimate matters, right? Where we are learning through, oh no, I don't like that. Don't do that. Don't want to be touched there. Do more of this, learning through this. It could be representing that. This could also, again, you guys, be representing learning certain things in regards to who it is that you are and what you want moving forward in your relationship or with your dating life, okay? One more. Okay, within 1 week. I always think that these little things are so silly just because, like, yeah, things could be happening within 1 week of your love life, but is that going to suit all of you? No. We have giving and receiving. Again, I can't get off the intimate train, and I'm sorry, you guys. Giving and receiving, it's giving the symbol of Cancer. It's giving particular numbers. It's giving that. Again, I think that if you're an adult, you can put this together. Giving and receiving, you are giving what it is that you are receiving. What you put out, you're getting back from your partner or from the person that you are enjoying your time with. For those of you who are single, I would see this as somebody matching your energy, right? Somebody coming into your life and matching your energy. And I think that that is a really important thing when you are dating. It's so rare, I feel like, to find somebody who is willing to put in the effort that you are willing to put in, or willing to show up the way that you are showing up, right? Okay, let's go ahead and see what we can get. We have resistance. This is a secret admirer and suppressing and timid. So for those of you who are single, it's very possible that there is a secret admirer who is wanting to tell you how it is that they feel, and they're just holding back because they're timid. Ooh, okay. We have a curse. This is hex, witchcraft, and negative mind. A negative mind will curse your life, you guys, 100%. Do not allow negative past experiences or a negative mindset to prevent you from living in the moment and enjoying the love that you could potentially be having. If you don't believe in love anymore, that's fine. However, if you truly believe that, if you truly believe that love does not exist, you will not experience love. I have nothing else for you. Like, there is nothing else that's going to fix what it is that you have going on. You have to fix the internal before you see changes in the external. We have elusive. This is dishonesty, deception, and trickery. Okay, so that's not great. If you are single and you are experiencing somebody who is being elusive and just not wanting to share much about themselves, somebody who's secretive, somebody who seems like they're a little bit sketchy, believe them. Believe them and walk away. Believe them and run in the other direction, okay? We also have boundaries, no drawing the line and enough. This is obviously really important for everybody in a relationship or single to have healthy boundaries. I think that this is just representing, again, closing out that cycle, closing out that chapter where everything was dull. Perhaps we felt disrespected, or perhaps we felt like we weren't receiving what it is that we needed. And stepping into this new chapter, we are being injected with that color. We're being injected with more of the things that we want in our romantic life. We have yin and yang. I think this is especially for those of you in a relationship. I think this is especially for those of you in a relationship. I think that your relationship is harmonizing. I think that this is representing like you and your partner coming to a really peaceful place where you feel just like things are at a steady flow. Things are in harmony. Where you are lacking, they are making up. It feels very much cohesive and like, again, peaceful. So yin and yang, opposites attracting perhaps. For those of you who are dating somebody who's very opposite to you, maybe what is occurring. The dating is obviously showing up here. For those of you who are single, there's more dating taking place in your life. Now, I always say this, you guys, in order to see different results, if you're single and you've been noticing like nobody's approaching me or nothing's happening in my love life, I hear you. You need to do something different. I'm going to say the same thing I said in the last video. You need to do something different. But I do feel like for the vast majority of you, you are dating, you are having more fun in your dating life. Also, I would just like to say this, flowers should be a must, okay? If you like flowers, if you don't like flowers, then obviously they're not a must. But if you like flowers, please let the person that you are dating know that you would like to receive flowers. Let them know. And then if they don't bring you flowers or if they just like brush it off, I feel like it's a really good indicator. I feel like anytime I have gone on a date with somebody, I always am like, I really like flowers. And then I see like the men who listen and who are like, oh yeah, like let me get you flowers. And then the men who don't, they're always the ones that are just like, oh, gross, icky, gross. Not the vibes. And the ones that do are always the ones that are like sweet. And they listen to me, not just about the freaking flowers, but about my favorite color or how my day's going or the way my mother traumatized me when I was 5, you know? So my point in saying that, you guys, is be intentional when it comes to dating. Be intentional with how it is you're communicating with the people that you're dating, and be intentional with how you want to move forward. I feel like we all try, or a lot of people try at some point in their life to be like the cool girl and to be like, no, I don't want a relationship. I just want to have fun. And I just don't think that that ever renders like positive results. Anyways, we have serendipity as well, and this is representing having more fun, being a little bit more carefree in regards to your love life. I'm only going to pull one more deck, you guys, and then I'm going to let you go. Heart chakra. Awaken your heart center and let love in. Let love in. We have a white flag. Someone wants another chance to make things right. The desire to do things better. I think that for those of you in a relationship, this is representing the desire to do things better. Your relationship feels like it's stepping into a phase in which things feel a lot more vivid, a lot more passionate. There is an injection of love taking place in this relationship. For those of you who are single, what I'm really seeing for you is a discovery period where you are learning about yourself, where you are really thinking and being, again, intentional about the kind of person you want to date. And I do see you guys dating, and I do see you guys making perhaps connections with people where you feel like the energy is reciprocated. I'm not necessarily seeing a relationship for those of you who are single. I'm not necessarily seeing something that feels very definite. But I do feel like there's progression in your love life in regards to having more dates with people or having more connections with people who are on your level or who want the same things that you want. Again, for those of you in a relationship, I just see this as your relationship being injected with more vivid color, passion, love, excitement. So yeah, that is what I have for you guys, group number 2. Thank you so very much for allowing me to read for you today. I appreciate it. I'm sending you guys so much love, and that is all I got. So bye. Hello, group 3. Welcome to your guys' message today. I hope you guys are excited. Before we jump on into it, if you are looking for a personal reading, description box, if they're out of stock, message me. Let's go ahead and start the shuffle. Can I please get a message for group this group feels like my strong, independent women who are like, I don't need a man or a woman. Can I? Okay. So whether you are in a relationship or whether you are single, which I feel like the vast majority of you who picked this particular pile are single, this entire message, I can sum all of these cards up into there are walls that need to be broken down. There is ice that needs to be melted, okay? Now, I'll jump into each card. This is partnership, okay? When we're doing a more general reading, we can see this as like co-workers, things like this. That does not matter because we are talking about love and relationships today. So this is partnership. This is just representing partnership, working well with somebody else. I think there is a desire from every single person who has picked this pile to have a healthy, happy relationship. I think everybody here has that desire. However, I think there's fear here. I think there's a lot of fear here, you guys, okay? The 4 of Pentacles is talking about self-preservation. Now, self-preservation is a natural human, like that's our instincts, right? Like when we are protecting ourselves or when we are putting ourselves in a situation where we are guarding our vulnerable side, it's because we feel like we must, okay? If we felt safe to be vulnerable, we would be vulnerable, but we do not. So there is this like scarcity, fear around opening up potentially. There's fear around exposing your heart. Now, if you're in a relationship, this could still be the case. I'm in a relationship, you guys, and I feel far less, my walls are not as high when I am single. In a relationship, I feel like I have something to lose because I'm already emotionally invested and my walls become high and my heart becomes icy and I just become... That's why I always tell people, like, it's better to be my friend than to date me. I'm not a great person to date. However, this is not uncommon, you guys, for you to feel like you have to protect yourself once you are already emotionally invested. So if you're in a relationship and you're like, your partner keeps saying like, you're pushing me away or you're having a hard time opening up, like, why won't you talk to me about this? Why won't you talk to me about that? This is coming from a place of fear. Now, some of you are dealing with somebody who acts like this. And if that's the case, I am sorry. However, try your very best to be understanding that sometimes this is not a conscious decision. Sometimes this is not something that we are doing consciously. This is something that happens as a response to trauma or as a response to previous experiences. We also have this 10 of Swords, and this is an ending. And I think that this is not representing a literal ending happening in your life. I think this is representing fear around an ending. I think this is representing the potential to witness or to experience an ending that's painful. And we want to avoid this. And I think that's why we are protecting ourselves, okay? Or again, the person you're dealing with is protecting themselves. We have the 5 of Cups, and this is disappointment. This is sadness and disappointment, you guys, okay? And again, not that this makes it better, but there's literally nothing that any of us can do to prevent this. Like, right? Like a relationship's either gonna last forever or it's not. Like, it's either gonna last until the day one of us expire or it's just not. Like, that's literally the only option. And there's no sense or there's no point in holding anxiety or fear around this energy. Like, it's okay if you are in a relationship and you're scared and you're like, I don't want to open up, or I'm scared to like fully let this person love me because I don't want to get hurt. It's okay to be fearful. It's not okay to allow your fear to get in the way of your happiness though. So the only way that you're truly going to know if you can trust this person, the only way you're truly going to know if this person is somebody who's worthy of your love is if you just let those walls down, if you just let the ice melt, right? For those of you who my goodness gracious, I am so sorry. For those of you who are single and you're scared to open up, or you're scared to pursue love in any significant way, the only way you're going to know if you can experience love is if you, again, let those walls down, let the ice melt. Disappointment is the risk of being human, guys, okay? There's no point in this existence if every single thing that we do is calculated and we're like, okay, this is 100% going to be safe. I'm 100% not going to experience any pain or sadness. Like, you can't guarantee that. Nothing in life is guaranteed. So you got to take some risks. And I feel like love is a risk worth taking depending on the person. Because there are some people not worth it, okay? Make sure that when you are opening up to this individual, or when you are dating and you're trying to be vulnerable, that the person you are doing this with is worth it. Now, how do we determine that? That's going to be dependent on you. I think maybe you should make a list. I'm a big fan of lists and of physical representations of like what I want, what you want. Like, I think that works to have physical representations. Maybe you can just ponder on it internally, but we have the Queen of Pentacles as well. The Queen of Pentacles, you guys, is representing independence. At her finest, she is independent. She's a hard worker. She has her money. She has her bag. She has her friends. She has her family. She doesn't need anything from anybody. Great. Love it. Fantastic. I feel like for a lot of you, this is the energy in which you are thriving in. Because like I said, like, she has a life outside of just like romance. She doesn't focus, like, that's not the center of her life. The center of her life is work and her loved ones, her family, her friends, maybe her children, right? I'm sorry guys, the last card we have is the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is a card that's representing the need to be strong, the need to put on this like warrior face. So when I see this, it makes me a little sad, just because I get it, guys, and I wish I could go on and let you know how much I get it and tell you the experiences that I've had that have put me in a position to be like, oh, I freaking get it. But, oh no. At the end of the day, you guys just need to know that, like, the only way to experience a happy, healthy relationship is to, again, like, not put on this front, to not put on your armor. You have to be vulnerable in order to experience that, in order to let love in, okay? So let's go ahead, you guys, and move forward to some oracle cards. Can I? Okay, we have the divine feminine yin, feminine energy. For those of you who are men who are watching this, this may be relating to a feminine energy that you carry, or a feminine energy that you are attracting into your life, okay? For those of you who are women, this could be, again, representing the feminine energy that you carry, or feminine energy that you are attracting into your life. And when I say feminine energy, I want you guys to understand that I've met a lot of men. I've dated a lot of men who, this is them all day, baby, okay? So please do not be mistaken that I'm talking about, okay, I'm talking about energy, all right? So, great, we love that. Moving forward, we have ecstasy here, and this is chasing thrills, excitement, and a good time. Chasing thrills, excitement, and a good time. Some people, and I don't know if this is you, group number 3, or if this is the person you're dating or the person you're pursuing, but some people have a tendency or have a defense mechanism to use ecstasy or lust or physical connection or a gaggle of women or a gaggle of men to hide their hurt, their pain. When you are constantly seeking external validation from other people, you are always going to be bankrupt. You are always going to come out empty. I'm not saying that external validation does not feel good. I'm not saying that people should never seek that, but I'm seeing this very much as there is a person here in your love life, and it's either you or someone who's involved in your love life who is seeking external validation, who's seeking thrills, who's seeking that excitement. And I think a lot of that's coming from the fact that like there's a fear of vulnerability. I'm so sorry, you guys. I feel like when we are constantly seeking thrills, excitement, ecstasy, right? I think that that is a way to avoid intimacy, to avoid true connection. I'm not saying that you can't enjoy excitement. I'm not saying you can't enjoy thrills, but I'm saying when you are constantly seeking that, to me, that is a cry for help. To me, that is representing I don't feel safe to be vulnerable. I don't feel safe to open up. Therefore, I'm going to constantly seek out validation from strangers. I'm going to constantly seek out validation from random men or random women in a physical manner. Or I'm going to constantly put myself in situations that are inducing anxiety or inducing my adrenaline, right? To me, this is really truly just representing a lack of connection and seeking artificial connection, seeking artificial validation, right? It's like a hunger that can't be fulfilled, or a thirst that can't be quenched. We have beauty here as well, and this is charming, graceful, and kind-hearted. I think that's lovely. I think that's great. I don't think that's representing anything that's taking place in your love life. Maybe that is you feeling more beautiful, you feeling more charming, expressing your kind-hearted nature. Let's move forward. Can I please get... We have the silver waterfall. I oftentimes see this as like the silver lining, right? Or like the rainbow after the rain, experiencing goodness after a bad time. We also have manifestation, all right? So a lot of you guys may be experiencing manifestations coming forward in regards to your love life. Can I please, there we go. Luminosity. The ice is melting, right? Feeling safe, feeling secure to open up, feeling safe to allow your light to shine. That is what I'm seeing for you guys. I feel like there's really not much more of a message here. Like, I feel like the message is essentially for you, group number 3, like opening up and allowing yourself to be vulnerable is going to bring you really beautiful results when it comes to your love life. And it's okay to be scared. It's okay that you are like, I don't want my heart to be broken. I want to protect myself. That's human nature. But I think it's really important for you guys to understand that in allowing your walls to come down, that is when you get to experience true connection. And if you guys are dealing with somebody who has this issue, I want you to understand that it's not always a conscious decision. Now, that's not to say you should accept it. Okay, I'm going to be very honest with you. That's not to say you should accept it. I think anybody who has dated me would agree that I always say, like, you do not have to accept the behavior that I am exhibiting. You do not have to be okay with the fact that I'm shutting you out. You don't have to be okay with the fact that I'm, like, pushing you away. But anyways, you never have to be okay with the way somebody's treating you. But I do think that it's important to note that it's not always conscious. We have long distance here. So some of you may be engaging in a long distance relationship. I do believe long distance relationships have the ability to work. Every serious relationship that I've been in has been long distance. The distance has been closed with every serious relationship that I've been in. However, I do think that's the important factor to long distance relationships is it can't stay long distance. Having a long distance relationship for 10 years is just not sustainable, right? Unless you're the kind of person who doesn't want somebody in your space, which again, going back to like the walls and the ice and blah, 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 and you need to work on that. But this is coming up for some of you, engaging in this. And I want you to be prepared to, if you are going to engage in a long distance relationship, there does need to be an idea or a plan or a desire to close the distance. We have, you are the love of my life. Okay, so I think for a lot of you, like, this is what you're seeking, this is what you want, this is what you desire. But again, there's that fear of like, I don't want to get hurt, I don't want to get crushed. If you are in a relationship and you feel like the person you are with is the love of your life and you love this person today, you are in love with them and you want to open up but you're scared, you just have to jump in. You have to jump in the deep end. If you feel like the love of your life is having a hard time opening up with you, I want to encourage you to potentially maybe go read some books on attachment, maybe talk to a therapist on how it is that you can approach the situation, but creating an environment in which your partner feels safe to open up and to feel like they can, right, be vulnerable with you, I think is important. That's not always going to be on you though to create that environment. It's not always going to be possible to do that, but I want to encourage you the best I can to work with your partner on that if you feel like they are the love of your life. Now, for those of you For those of you who are single, it's very possible that there is someone who's coming into your life who is representing this, like the love of your life. And I think it's important to go into this with an open mind and an open heart. And that's what I'm going to say on that. We have please be patient with me. So again, some of you are this person and others of you are dealing with this person. Please be patient. Now again, like I just said, I always give my partners, the people who've been in relationship with me, the option to not, like, you don't have to be patient. Nobody is owed patience. I want that to be very, very clear. Nobody is owed patience. However, if you feel like somebody is the love of your life, you are like, I'm in love with you, I want to marry you, I want to be with you forever, you have to learn some patience, okay? And I think that's going to be something that's, again, a conversation that needs to be taking place between you and your partner. For those of you who are single, I don't necessarily think that that is relevant to you. Wow. I just want to say this, you guys. This is a deck that's not necessarily the nicest deck. And you guys have a lot of positive cards. We have soulmate here. We have soulmate. And I think, again, everyone who picked this pile, I'm sure this is what you want, or this is what you feel like you're experiencing in your current relationship. I think the hurdle that I'm seeing, again, is that fear. And learning how to overcome fears when it comes to love and relationships is going to be monumental for you guys to move forward in a healthy way with your relationships or with your future relationships. Because if you pick this pile and you're single, I don't think you're going to be single for very long. I want to make that clear. I don't think you're going to be single for very long. They're soulmate, you are the love of my life, ecstasy, manifestation. I think you guys are coming into a relationship with somebody who is very significant. But I think that the thing that could be detrimental to that connection is the walls, is the ice, okay? There was someone interfering with our relationship. Okay, so this could be a job, this could be a parent, this could be a friend, this could be a past situation, an ex, maybe even a child, right? This is external factors playing a role in the relationship, and external factors play a role in almost every relationship, you guys. Again, this is where patience comes in. This is where communication comes in. I'm going to go ahead and pull just one more deck for you guys and then wrap this up. Okay, we have external party. This is karmic contracts, family, finances, and other material concerns or responsibilities are causes of interference or stress. So again, guys, like this may be the case for some of you. This is not the case for all of you. If you're single, this is not the case. Like you don't need to worry about this. If you do meet somebody and they do express that they have issues with an ex or there's this or there's that, just be aware moving forward that may come up again and either choose to deal with it or don't. For those of you who are in a relationship right now and you are currently dealing with external factors in your relationship, the best piece of advice I can give you guys is just to communicate as clearly and as honestly as possible with your partner about how you're feeling. Encourage them to communicate as honest as they possibly can in regards to this external factor. Make adjustments where adjustments are required, and that's really all. Because, right, an external factor isn't something you can really control. For some of you, the external factor could be the distance as well. We have sacred space, time out, clear your energy. Space brings clarity. I'm gonna go ahead and just pull one more. We have a retreat, time to disconnect from the world. For those of you in a relationship, I think going on a vacation or disconnecting for a weekend with your partner, I don't mean disconnect with them or from them, but I mean disconnect, like just the two of you go off somewhere or turn your phones off and just spend quality time together, I think would be important, really valuable for the relationship. And then we have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So yeah, guys, this is unavoidable. If you want connection, if you want love, if you want to have this soulmate connection that seems to be coming into your life, you have to be willing to open up. You have to be willing to allow yourself to be vulnerable. So I think this message overall is more about vulnerability and opening your heart up the best you possibly can, and encouraging your partner to do the same in order to bring about more love, more fruitfulness in the relationship. But yeah, that is what I have for you guys, group number 3. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to read for you today. I appreciate it. I'm sending you guys love, and that is all I got. So bye. Group number 4, welcome to your guys' reading. I haven't said that in such a long time. I used to always do a group number 4, and I haven't done it in such a long time. So welcome to everyone who's picked group number 4. Let's go ahead and start with the shuffle. Also, if you guys want personal readings, description box is where they will be living. If they're out of stock, message me. Predictions. Okay. For group 4 in their love life. Okay, cute. Okay. So, first card that came out for you guys is the King of Swords. This is representing somebody who's very stoic, okay? I know this is usually people connect this to like the air signs, and yeah, totally 100%. Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, hello. That's amazing. Love that the most. However, the King of Swords specifically always gives me very Capricorn vibes. Like he reminds me of just a Capricorn man who is tall, dark hair, dark eyes, business savvy, and very, very just stoic. Like stone, okay? Also, you know, I feel like the King of Swords is giving me a little bit of Rhysand vibes. Like I feel like he, in this particular depiction, is just so Rhysand. Anyways, point is, this is somebody who is very smart, very good at communicating what it is they need to communicate, and they're somebody who's calculated and capable of thinking ahead. This person usually puts logic before their feelings. Very, very reasonable, very logical individual. That is what's showing up here with the King of Swords. I also want to say with this King of Swords, the energy that shows up with him is energy that is not completely like lacking emotion, but again, it's just more in the realm of logic. However, and I don't know if that's representing you, if that's representing somebody who's coming into your life, you guys. I'm just describing the archetype that's here. We also have this Knight of Cups, and this is a romantic offer coming in. So the thing about, personally, I feel somebody who has like the King of Swords type of energy, when they fall in love hard. Because they are somebody who's so logical, because they are somebody who's so meticulous with every little thing that takes place in their life, I feel like when love catches them by surprise, they are somebody who just falls completely and totally head over heels. Like, you are my soulmate, I'm gonna expire in your arms, like that type of energy. The Knight of Cups is representing that romantic offer coming in. So for those of you who are single, I do see like somebody who has these qualities coming into your life and wanting to pursue a relationship with you, wanting to be with you and fall in love with you and be a part of your life. For those of you who are in a relationship and you feel like your partner has a lot of these qualities, perhaps this reading is here to just represent an energy of like your partner still loves you despite the fact that they are somebody who's more logical or somebody who's not as emotional as yourself. Perhaps injecting a little bit more romance in the relationship would benefit both of you. We have the Two of Pentacles as well, and this is representing balance and harmony. So again, for those of you in a relationship, there's going to be more balance and harmony within this relationship. For those of you who are single, I feel like a lot of you who picked this pile must be individuals who tend to lean on the more emotional side. If you're like, no, Cenus, that's not me. Great, love it. The person you're attracting is going to have a more heightened emotional state than yourself, because this is representing balance. Somebody who is, again, more stoic, more reasonable, logical, and then somebody else who's more intuitive, more sensitive, more emotional. Neither of these things are bad, you guys. They're just opposites, right? I'm sorry, I keep coughing. We also have the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups is representing two lovers coming together, joining in union, wanting to mix their cups together and be like, oh, I love you. Let's live our life together, live happily ever after. That's the energy of the Two of Cups. So again, if you're single, I'm seeing you get into a relationship with somebody who is very much representing, again, this King of Swords energy, this like stoic, reasonable, logical energy. We have generosity here as well, wanting to give, wanting to pour into someone. I'm really just seeing this, you guys, as like obtaining a relationship in which we feel like safe to pour into and the other person feels safe to pour into. And then we have this expansion showing up, okay? So growth. If you're in a relationship, if you're single, there's growth happening in your love life. There is expansion taking place. For some of you, that could mean marriage, that could mean engagement, that could be pregnancy, that could be we're moving in together, we're buying a house together. Maybe they're putting you in their will. I don't know, but this is growth and expansion within the relationship. If you are single, this would be growth and expansion of a relationship. So a relationship starting, a relationship forming and expanding from ground zero, okay? Moving forward, let's go ahead and get some astrology. is a lot. We have Scorpio, I transformed. Very possible that the person you were romantically involved with has Scorpio placements that are heavy. That would be Scorpio moon, Scorpio sun, Scorpio rising, Venus, maybe Mars, maybe Jupiter. However, sun, moon, rising, Venus. Maybe even Juno. Juno may play another role. I don't know if you guys know where your Juno is or where your partner's Juno is, but that may be significant. We have the 5th house of creativity, and the 5th house of creativity is talking about dating. So again, those of you who are single, this is your love life being infused with more dates. This is also passion and excitement. Sometimes this represents children. We have Mars, this is force. This is actively pursuing what it is you want. This is also adult, sensual energy, lusty energy, okay? And then we have the 9th house of faith. This is spirituality, higher education, and travel, foreign travel. So that may also be playing a role in your guys' relationship. Moving forward, I'm sorry, that took me by surprise. Can I please we have freedom with our bodies and our intimacy. Love that. Amazing. This is just literally stating what it is, guys. You're experiencing more adult freedom. I obviously can't dive into this because of where we are at, but freedom. Love it. We have spiritual maturity as well, and maturity in general. So I see this as like, again, if you're in a relationship, it's like the relationship is maturing, the relationship's growing. There's really nothing else for me to say about that, right? Like your relationship is maturing. As this continues, it's maturing. If you feel like you've been in a rough spot with your relationship, I would see this as like the relationship being able to mend and continue to mature. If you are single, again, I'm seeing this as you connecting with somebody and having a very mature relationship, okay? I'm not seeing breakups, you guys. I'm not seeing anything negative. I'm seeing growth. I'm seeing expansion. I'm seeing love. I'm seeing dating. I'm seeing adult, fun, silly energy, okay? We have forgiveness. Whether you are single or whether you are in a relationship, if you are single, you are at some point going to have to forgive your future partner for A, B, and C. If you are in a relationship, you're going to have to forgive your partner for A, B, and C eventually. Everybody is going to need to be forgiving at some point in their life with their partner. With this, I think this is important to practice in the moment, even if there's not something that you need to currently forgive your partner or a future partner for. Learning to forgive yourself, learning to forgive your parents, learning to forgive the people in your life. Okay, let's go ahead and get some more messages for you guys. Can I get some more? Okay. So for those of you who are single, we have go slow. It says take time to get to know each other. There's no need to rush, right? Like if you are dating someone and they are pressuring you to move the relationship forward in a time frame that's not comfortable for you, there's no need to rush, okay? Don't allow somebody to put you in a situation that you're uncomfortable with. Take your time getting to know the person that you are dating. Take your time getting to know the person that you're wanting to pursue a relationship with. If it's the right person, it's going to be fine to take your time. If it's the wrong person, allow them to reveal themselves, right? For those of you in a relationship, we have lessons. This person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. I guess this could also apply for those of you who are single. A spiritual lesson does not mean that it's a bad thing, doesn't mean it's karmic. It just means that this individual is in your life to teach you something. So pay attention to what it is that's taking place in the connection and what you can learn from it. This is specifically, I believe, for the people who are single and tired of waiting, and for the people who are in a relationship and struggling with your patience. This is patience. Everything will unfold in divine time. Some of you are like waiting on a ring, or you're waiting on to set a date for your wedding. Some of you are waiting on having kids. Some of you are waiting on when to move in or when to make things official. Some of you are waiting on A, B, and C. And I just want you guys to know that you really do have to ask yourself like what your timeline is and what you feel comfortable with. But patience is really valuable because patience gives you time, and time allows things to unfold in a way that's more organic, right? Now, for me personally, I would never be in a situation where I'm talking to somebody or dating someone and there's no like official title or official like we are in a relationship. I would never do that for 6 months of my life. Like, I just would not. Like, it's either you got a month, we're in a relationship or not. That's me. What is your timeline? Group number 4, okay? For me personally, if I was in a relationship and the person I was in a relationship with did not make it clear to me that they had intentions on getting married, I'm not going to stay in that relationship. I'm going to give you maybe a year, maybe 2, and then I'm going to skadoot, okay? Because I've already wasted my time waiting for someone to commit in a way that made me feel like they are serious and they want to see the relationship grow. So this patience, you guys, what I'm trying to say with this is please do ask yourself and evaluate for your own personal self and your own personal life and your own circumstances, what is a sufficient amount of time to allow somebody to get to know you, to move forward. Again, there's no need to rush, but at the same time, there's no need to sit around for 10 years waiting for somebody to commit. There's no need to sit around waiting for somebody to put a ring on it, right? If these things are important to you, you're on your time and you need to make it clear to your partner or to the person that you're dating that like, we don't need to rush things, but also like, I'm not going to wait 10 years for you. Okay, moving forward, let's go here. Can I please have a message for group? Separation needed. Time apart is healthy. I don't see this as like a literal breakup, you guys, or like separation is literally needed like permanently, but I'm seeing this as like time away from your partner is beneficial. Time away from dating is beneficial, right? Taking time for yourself is always beneficial, so don't be afraid to take time for yourself. We also have vulnerability concerns. This was showing up a lot in the last pile. Maybe you guys want to go listen to that, maybe not, whatever. The point is, vulnerability concerns, the only way for us to experience true, deep, intimate love is for us to open our hearts, right? If we're not going to open up, if we're not going to be vulnerable, it's going to be very difficult for us to experience real, true connection. So please be open to opening yourself up. And that's going to mean opening yourself up to get hurt, but that's the price of life. That's the price of being in love. Can I please get a message? You deserve love. You are lovable. Some of you believe that you're not lovable and that's why you're not experiencing a relationship, and that's simply just not the case. Some of you are not in a relationship right now because there is still maturing that needs to happen, perhaps with you or perhaps with your future partner. It's also possible that it's just not the right timing, right? Maybe you're in a situation where you don't feel 100% yourself, or you don't feel 100% confident in where you are at in your life. And maybe you are not putting yourself in a position where you can be vulnerable and find a relationship, but it has nothing to do with not being worthy, you guys, okay? There's 100 million reasons as to why you're not currently in a relationship, and it has nothing to do with you not being worthy. I also want to say this for those of you who are in a relationship: if you are not feeling lovable in your relationship and it's because of something your partner is doing, that is not the relationship for you, and maybe separation literally is needed. We have let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. That's very self-explanatory. For those of you who are single, I want to encourage you to allow your friends to help you when it comes to love and relationships, and to talk about those things with your friends. We also have express your love, and it says go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture, love. So this is truly just representing, if you want to receive love and you're single, don't be afraid to make the romantic gesture. Okay. Let's get some final messages for you guys. Okay, we have the reconciliation card. This is the return of a past soulmate. Now, I want to make this very clear, you guys. I do not think that you should ever go back to an ex who has hurt you, who has cheated on you, who has done violent acts. I don't think that that's okay. I don't think that's ever acceptable. With that being said, there are some people who are together and then they separate, and they are meant to come back together for one reason or another. If your ex is making a return in your life, I want you to take things slow, but I also want you to draw boundaries when it comes to like what your expectations are, and make sure that you are enforcing your boundaries and your expectations. I also want to say, you guys, this is not for individuals where your ex has made it clear that they don't want you, where they have said, I do not want to be with you, where they are in another relationship. please understand that here on this channel, I am not going to feed into other people, into your or anybody else's delusions. If somebody has made it abundantly clear that they don't want you, please trust that they are being honest with you. I think it's extremely toxic when I see people write things in my comment section like, oh, this person doesn't want me, but like they're my soulmate. No, they're not. And I know that's hurtful to hear, but if somebody does not want you and they have verbalized that, or they've made it very clear that they do not want you, they mean it. And like, that's okay. That just means that your soulmate is someone else. They're still out there. That means the person you're meant to be with is not that person, but they're somebody who actually wants you. And that is 100 times better than anybody who doesn't want you. So, okay. I always get very like iffy when we're talking about exes, because I know there are so many people who watch tarot readings who are looking for signs that their toxic ex is somebody they should go back to. And I do not think that that is ever a message that spirit or the universe would ever want to relay. Like, you deserve this toxic person who cheated on you 100 times and made you feel like garbage. Like, no, what? No. Ew, no. Anyways. We have mutually symbiotic, and it says this is a beneficial and balanced connection. Both partners have the same feelings, ideals, values, and shared life goals. This is what I mean when I say like your ex may be coming back into your life if they fit into this mutually symbiotic situation where it's like you want them, they want you, it's balanced. It's not lopsided, okay? So if that's the case, you guys, 100% feel free to pursue that. For those of you who are in a relationship, I just see this again as there being growth taking place in the relationship. There's positive growth taking place in the relationship. You guys are coming into a state where you feel balanced. If you feel like your relationship has been in a toxic place and you are unhappy and you want to leave, or you feel like your partner wants to leave, it's very possible that there is a separation taking place, and then there's a union of somebody who is more balanced with you as an individual and who's better suited for you. Okay. The last card I have for you guys is Lessons from Neptune. I think it's interesting that I'm talking about this because this is denial, illusions, and deception of self or by another. Self-love, boundaries, and detachment are important. Neptune brings about delusions, you guys. And I just want to say this, a lot of people fall under this category where they are delusionally obsessed with or invested in a relationship that is not real or not grounded in reality. And I'm not saying this to be mean or to be hurtful, but I never want to encourage anybody to do something that's unhealthy intentionally, right? Of course, like, I'm a human being, I make mistakes, I may say things that encourage people to do unhealthy things, not intentionally. But with this card, I think it's really important. There are people here who pick this pile, and this is not for all of you, but this is for a select few of you. I really, really need you to get grounded with yourself. I really need you to go sit on some dirt. I really need you to focus on that root chakra. It's not that you aren't deserving of love. You are so, so incredibly deserving of love. But, however, you're deserving of a love that is reciprocated. You're deserving of a love that is grounded in reality and not a love that has been manufactured in your mind, okay? And I want to make that very clear, that just because like you feel a certain way, or just because you feel drawn to a certain person, whether it's a celebrity or whether it's your ex or whether it's this person you met one time, like, I understand the feeling of being connected to somebody, but you are deserving of more than just a connection that has been made up in your mind, okay? So I'm not saying this to hurt anyone, again, but Neptune being here makes me concerned for those of you who may be experiencing relationships one-sidedly, okay? Overall, what do I see for the singles? I do feel like there is somebody coming into your life if you are single and you are in a healthy state of mind and you are dating. I do see someone coming into your life who is offering you a more mature relationship, somebody who you are going to have a lot of compatibility with physically. But I also think that there is a spiritual aspect to this relationship where you guys understand each other on a level that is deeper perhaps than what you've experienced previously. For those of you in a relationship, okay, I do feel like there are certain things, certain kinks that you are working out within the relationship, and you guys are choosing to move forward with the lesson learned. Some of you are choosing to go your separate ways though, and that is okay, because I believe that there is something waiting for you on the other side of that that's going to be better suited. And then there's another group of people here who, unfortunately, again, there's been like lopsided relationships where you have put energy or emotion into a connection that isn't reciprocating. And I think the best thing for those of you who have experienced that or who are currently experiencing that is to forgive yourself and to perhaps go and talk to a friend or a family member or a medical professional who can help you work through these feelings or these thoughts in a healthy way, so then you can be in a position to put yourself in an arena where you can date and you can have that reciprocal love, because you are deserving of love. But that is what I have for all of you, group number 4 people. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today. I appreciate you. I love you. And that is all I got. So